Hi fiancés, I'm Andrea Vyatt, legal writer at HelloPrenup, and today we're diving into all of the reasons why you should get a prenup. From protecting your assets, to property, to social media clauses, to even your pets. We're gonna give you 16 compelling reasons why you should get a prenup. So stick around and let's find out. Okay, first up is the classic protecting your assets. Whether it be bank accounts, homes, or even that Beanie Baby collection. Or even the Picasso painting that your great-grandmother might have left you. If it has value, you can protect it with a prenup. The whole point of a prenup is to protect your assets no matter what situation ends up happening down the road. And the best part is that you can actually protect future assets. So you can put in your prenup assets that you may end up accumulating in the future throughout your marriage. Okay, now let's turn our attention to the D word, aka debt. Debt can be anything from student loans, business debt, or even those pesky credit card balances. A prenup can actually protect you from taking on your partner's financial baggage. So let's say that you are going to marry someone who loves to rake up a credit card balance or has exorbitant student loans. This is going to be especially important for you. In a prenup, you can actually put who owes what in the event of a divorce, and that way you can avoid taking on your partner's portion of a debt. Now let's venture into the intriguing world of alimony, sometimes referred to as spousal support. A lot of states will actually allow you to put alimony inside of a prenup. So whether you and your partner want to waive it, keep it, or limit it in some way, the decision is completely up to you. Consider, for example, the scenario of stay-at-home parents. Those who have decided to dedicate their lives to nurturing their home and their family may find it important to keep alimony as an option in case of a divorce. Another example is agreeing that alimony is only available if the marriage is for a substantial amount of time. So let's say 10, 15, 20 years. So if you're only married for 5 years, then no alimony. This is a great option for those couples that have completely opposing views on alimony because it provides them with a really good middle ground. But keep in mind that what you can do with alimony does vary state by state. So make sure to check your local rules on alimony. Okay, next up, inheritances. Are you expecting a large sum of money when Mima passes away? If so, listen up. Your inheritances are not always protected without a prenup. But with the prenup, you can make sure that it stays safe in your hands. Oh, but don't forget to ask Mima how much she expects to hand down to you so that you can include it in your prenup's financial disclosure section. Okay, so what about gifts? Those are on the table too. Think any type of valuable gift, wedding gifts, shower gifts. This is especially important if you know that your parents are planning to give you a large sum of money for, let's say, the wedding or maybe to purchase a home. A prenup is a great way to make sure that this property stays separate, stays yours in the case of a divorce. Let's talk about stay-at-home parents. Prenups are not just for the wealthy. We repeat, prenups are not just for the wealthy. Stay-at-home parents or the less wealthy partner can benefit too, with options like wealth equalization clauses. So with the wealth equalization clause, you can actually require the working parent to provide the stay-at-home parent with a lump sum of money in the event of a divorce. And you guys can decide what you want that lump sum of money to be. So if $30,000 is enough to pay back the stay-at-home parent, you can put that in your clause. Now let's turn our attention to confidentiality. If you're a public figure, a business owner, or someone who just simply likes to keep things private, it may be important for you to keep things like your finance information or even the terms of a prenup confidential. You can do this with a confidentiality clause and keep all of your personal and financial information away from prying eyes, even upon a divorce. Okay, and don't forget about Bella and Max, your furry friends that is. With the PetNup, you can decide who gets custody and financial responsibility for your pets. Without a prenup with the pet clause, a lot of states will actually follow traditional property principles and divide pets similar to any other property, like your couch or any furniture. We know pets are family, but not all states have caught up with that modern notion, which is why having a prenup with the pet clause is crucial. And in the age of the influencer, social media is a big deal. So whether you have 50,000 or 500 followers, protecting what gets posted online and protecting your image may be important for you. Social media image clause can ensure that neither party posts disparaging content about the other. And if they do, they have to pay up. you two can actually decide even how much the offender will pay. Now let's talk about a tough subject, life insurance. Whether you're a stay-at-home partner or not, having a backup plan if your partner passes away is important. If you add an insurance policy clause in your prenup, you can actually get your partner to go out and get a policy that makes you the beneficiary and vice versa. Staying on the insurance theme, let's talk about health insurance. You can actually put a health insurance policy clause, which is especially important for stay-at-home parents so that you can ensure ongoing coverage. Now, who pays the attorney's fees if things go south? You can actually decide who pays what in what situation. So if you are the breaching party of the prenup, maybe you pay both attorney's fees. Next up, requiring mediation before litigation. If you two ever split up, going through a divorce the traditional way is going to be extremely stressful. Not only is it expensive, but it is extremely emotionally tolling. But you can actually put a requirement to have mediation before litigation. So you can actually require you two to go through mediation first in the case of a divorce before having to go the traditional court system route. Why would you want to do this? Well, mediation is quicker, less expensive, and less stressful. If this isn't your first rodeo and you've already entered into a marriage or you already have had a relationship with kids, entering a prenup may actually end up protecting your kids too. By protecting your assets, you're in turn protecting your children's financial future as well. Keep in mind that going through a divorce without a prenup can end up in the loss of a lot of your assets, which ultimately are the assets of your children too. So enter a prenup. And that's not all, folks. Prenups are actually beneficial to your marriage. You can set the right expectations around roles, budgets, financial planning, death, divorce. It helps the two of you get on the same page before even embarking on your lifelong journey together. Last but not least, a prenup encourages transparency around finances and life goals. In a prenup, there's a little something called a financial disclosure in which you are legally obliged to disclose all of your assets, debts, income, and future inheritances to one another. This helps spark up the money conversation, and the actual process of going through a prenup will lend itself to in-depth combos about everything from money, kids, to retirement. It's the beginning of your lifelong journey together and the beginning of a strong partnership. And there you have it, 16 awesome reasons why people opt for prenups and why you should consider getting one too. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. As always, if you have any questions about any of these topics, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.